So we'll just get right to it. How we did this is via a mod called Daddy Pika. It's in the description if you want to do it yourself. It's pretty easy. You just download the mod, and then off you are to creating your own immortal characters, playing your own immortal campaigns. You can still be killed in battles. You can still be killed via plots, but you will never die of natural causes. Kind of like an elf, you know? We also have all these other boons just to make this even more of a OP feeling. The other thing that we have going for us is that we have unlimited domain. So I don't know how much we'll be delving out land to characters. We'll see, because the one thing I can see the holdup for we would delve out land is the control needs are, it's hard. But I think once we go down the control pathway, it will be a lot easier. The roadblocks I see happening, we just get gotted by somebody in the in the future, and that would be tough, because then pretty much would end this whole run. We also have our own culture. I forgot to mention that. All four of the immortals that I've created have pretty much the exact same culture, or not exactly the same, but similar tenets, where they are by the sword, which allows you to have kingdom level holy wars, and you can just continue to do that, and quarrelsome, which essentially gives you CBs on all the lands that are adjacent to you or within your diplomatic range. So you can just be like, I have a CB on these different duchies and stuff like that. So it's easy conquests for all the different immortals that are abound. It's funny also, like, our vassal issues will not be a thing, because our diplomacy is so high that it kind of outlasts any sort of like issue that they would have with us. So it's funny when I run these time lapses and I see that the AI gets killed for one reason or another, like in a plot. I'm always just like, why is that possible? With 100 diplomacy and 100 hostile scheme, how are they getting killed by that? Have you ever considered doing a time lapse where everyone is immortal, but they also are all eunuchs, and so the population slowly goes down as people die in battle until there's just one guy left? Unfortunately about that, two things. It's really hard I've yet to come up with a non-manual way to make everybody immortal. So that's been a kind of an issue for me. The other thing is that the game creates random characters. So eventually it's a fun idea, but I don't think it wouldn't work out exactly how you're describing it. Because the game would eventually have a bunch of random characters pop up. So like, for example, this is a random character. Who is this person? What's her history? She exists nowhere but in this moment. But I said I was gonna wait to take over all these lands to convert, but I think it's smart to just convert now so that we have, well, let's wait a little bit longer, because we might be able to force vassalize or just get an easy vassalization on some of these guys. If you ever feeling down on yourself and you're like, man, CK3 can be a very bad time, just turn on some Watchsmith, get to your immortal stat, 100 stat character, and just really get going. Cool. And then what's this guy's hold up? There isn't one. Okay. I think that's pretty much all of the world of Asatru under our belt, right? If I convert, how many people will convert? Everybody will convert pretty much for the most part. Let's do it. Glory to them. See, like, how well we can offer vassalization to these guys. Culture acceptances, not rightful liege. What about you? This guy has reasons. Will our vassals like that? Yeah, they're going to have to. Like, this guy won't accept? Probably because we're not bordering him. But this guy's, what's his main reason? 3 reasons why. Powerful vassals. We can fix that. We're just going to become a chameleon, just moving from culture to culture, learning different languages, and forcing everybody to adopt our faiths. Novgorod's a kingdom, so they'll not accept. These guys, though. What's your feeling about being a vassalized? Distance. You're not my rightful liege. Can you subjugate the Byzantine Empire? Unfortunately, only tribal... I think only if you're tribal can you subjugate other tribal people. Like right now I can't subjugate, well, once we're not at war, I'll show you. I'm 80% sure that you can't just randomly subjugate already feudal lands. It's only tribal on tribal violence. Crusader kings. All right, Pope man, what are you gonna do? You coming for us? I told you, did I not say there was gonna be a roadblock and his name was El Pope. El Padre. I'm interested in seeing how many of these jabrones decide to come fight me. Fight me, jabrones. Fight me. How many? How many boys are coming? 49,000? So many people. Oh, God. It's half the known world of Christianity. All right, let's raise our troops up. Start picking off these guys one at a time. Because, unfortunately, I've played enough CK3 Crusader elements. All you have to do is just pick them off one by one, because they don't show up in mass quite enough. This is not how you should be fighting a crusade, especially on this speed. It's too high of a speed, but we got so many troops that I'm not that concerned. We're just gonna keep winning battle after battle. Also, like I said, taking war score is gonna kick in here pretty quick because I don't hold a single province. Just like that, that's how you win a crusade. Losers. How 18-month crusade? Get out of here. We haven't checked in on our other immortals, seeing how they're doing. Looks like they're slowly beginning to expand. Not truly that intensely, but Southwest is doing a pretty decent job, which you love to see. Because we're immortal, and we're going to have like several generations of children. Like, what generation is it acceptable to start dating your children? Your great grandchildren. Like, is it 5th generation down? 4 generations down? I was saying that 5 generations at that point, they're not really related to you anymore. Yep. Okay. Took all that land. Great. Love it, love it, love it. Let's move our capital to Ile-de-France. Be those guys. Be real aggressive. Duplots, warmongering, communion. So we'll just be the warriors of that. Cool. Cool. Now we just need to consecrate the blood. Be the savior. I got 2 Excaliburs? Hell yeah. How many ladies were in that lake? Damn, I think it's a generational thing. It's a title that just gets passed on from lady to lady. Oh, hell yeah. Anglo-Saxons trying to fight? Oh shit, bro. Alright, so we won this fight. Now we have a much bigger fight on our hands. How big is this army? 70,000? That's so many fucking people. It's time for some mercenaries so that we can save our hides. Some mercenaries to save our hides. Just land your last army so that we can go beat them up. Cool. Accept your fate. Awesome. All right. Now let's go beat up these guys. Game's not supposed to be played this way. That's for damn sure. What we have to do, unfortunately, is go about and just create all the different titles and then just give them to people. If you didn't know this, you can do this. I don't know why you would ever do it this way, but you can go here, click on this, go grant title, and then just click some random stranger. They get all the titles underneath it. You gotta click that one as well. Boom, gives them all that. So it's a much more simple way if you're just gonna give away land. You don't have to do that much clicking, like clicking all the different things. Immortals work is literally never done. Yeah. I thought this was gonna be all hunting and like parties, but it's mostly Once you getting it was the easy part, but maintaining it has been the harder part. Just constantly fighting off rebels. Why even have vassals? I learned why. If you're fighting peasant uprisings, they can get out of hand really quickly because your vassals, they'll be taking over all of your lands. I want to kill the other immortals, but like at this point, they need like what I should have done if I was to do this again. I would give them much more land and make them much more of a like fighting force. Just like give them like half of Africa, give him all of India, give him all of this steppe area, so that I start with only a little lowly kingdom and then have to actually race against them to get them more lands. We might lose. What is the loss? Saxon Catholic uprising? What? It just becomes one giant, like... Ooh, this one's gonna be tough, guys. I don't know if we're gonna make it out of this one alive. The thing I hate most when you get really big in CK3 has got to be all the micromanaging you got to do with your armies and commanders. Yeah, it does become a little tedious. The nice thing about EU4 to a little bit, in my opinion, is that the micro is still bad, but it's not this bad. This is kind of tough. Like, I feel like there's only like when you're fighting in EU4, there's like 10 different armies versus 1,000 little armies normally. Like there can be 1 or 2 stacks, but when you get big, it's like they're running 100,000 troop armies and stuff like that. Tini over here just being like sweating for days that I've yet to put any sort of actual effort into conquering them. Let's also go ahead and take care of all this land that I've been neglecting still for so long. Poor heathens. Oh no, my son died. The drunken one. Becomes my rival, sure. He's dead now. Good riddance. Good job. Good job, team. Became a rival and then instantly killed him in that same battle. Starting to run into that question. What generation is it cool to start marrying your grandchildren to? I wonder what generation the game allows you to do it at. Probably never, actually. Also, what the hell is this? Who the hell are you? The fuck is happening? I don't think I've ever been in attacked by a Norse invader. What happens I say, just let them have the land, and then they just become a vassal of mine? Or no, title lost. Yeah. The hell was that? Did that just seriously just happen that way? I just literally asked for the land and they just got it? Oh, because she's French and she was attacked, that's why? But then he immediately became my vassal? Also, the hard thing about fighting a big kingdoms like these ones would be that if they're all super large, one, the game is going to run super slowly, and two, it's just going to take forever. Like, every county is going to be a slog to just fight for. There's not going to be, like, the easiest way to defeat an immortal is to kill an immortal, you know? So that then you can pick off their, like, their children and their children one step at a time. Oh, sweet. We can secure the North Sea. Let's do it. Boom. Boom. We're going to make nice little buckets so that my family can be in charge of all the nice little buckets. And you can be king of this area because I'm a bad father. Put Italy under your Tuscan son. God. It's tough. It's tough out here. Let's put it right next to my other Excalibur. Love it. Oh, actually, that was my other Excalibur. I meant this one. My bad, guys. CK3 is a joke on console. You can't custom character. Yeah, I don't... like, I understand why Paradox as a game company did it, but if you're gonna make a game on console, don't treat it like it's a totally different game. Treat it like it's exactly the same game. The fact that Northern Lords is just barely coming out or whatever, or Iberian Conflict, or I haven't really been keeping track. It's just like, it feels dumb. Probably gonna explode right now. We're gonna have the Crusaders show up. They're gonna kick our ass. And it's all gonna come down to the fact that we just don't have as big of a force limit as we did before. Gets the kingdom of all this? No. Fight. Fight for me. Luckily enough, a lot of this land is no longer ours. That is ours, though. So we've got to probably call on some mercenaries again. Or our Holy Order, who's already probably fighting. He's already fighting. How much gold do we have? 12,000? Yeah, boy. Now we have enforced there. Wonderful. He's gonna have tons of problems, but that's his problem to deal with. I might be able to sway some of them, but I can't sway them all. Oh, that ended quicker than I thought. Nice. We've somehow pulled through 2 different wild situations, but it's fine. Taking war scores on our side. It's gonna get pretty nasty here for the Crusaders if they don't get some land here. They don't really have an army left to do it with, so it's fine. What really comes down to when doing these campaigns of really immortal people is that it's all about maintaining it, and maybe the AI has a better idea of it because they're slowly but surely gaining land and actually playing the game that CK3 is meant to be played, how it's meant to be played, where it's just like slowly gaining land over time and increasing your power, rather than me, who's twice the size of, or 3 times the size of them and is blobbed out all over the place, but I'm constantly fighting the Pope and different Catholic rebellions. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. We have a Patreon, we're on Twitch. If you haven't followed us there yet, it'd be much appreciated. We're trying to get partnered over there. But yeah, thank you again so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll talk to you in the future. Have a good rest of your day. Ciao.